Good day, grade 10. For today, we will have the discussion of our second lesson, which is the midpoint of a line segment. Let's say we have point P and point Q, and we want to find the coordinates of the midpoint between them. So first, draw a vertical segment from P and a horizontal segment from Q until they meet at a point R. And a right triangle PQR is formed. Let M be the midpoint of the line segment PQ. So, this point M, ito yung hahanapin natin ng coordinates. Since midpoint siya ni line segment PQ, line segment PM is congruent to line segment QM. From M, draw perpendiculars meeting line segment QR at B and line segment PR at A. So, for our observations, we have line segment BM is parallel to line segment RQ. And angle BMP is congruent to angle AQM. Paano nangyari yon? So, masasagutan ng ating parallel lines cut by a transversal. Since line segment BM and line segment RQ are parallel lines. And sa line segment PQ, siya yung magsuserve na transversal. And this angle are corresponding angles na na-form. That is why they are congruent. Same with kung ito yung gagawin natin na parallel lines. So, line segment PR and line segment MA are parallel lines. And line segment PQ, siya yung magsaserve na transversal natin. This time naman, ang corresponding angles na na-formed ay angle BPM and angle AMQ. So, they are congruent. Therefore, triangle QAM is congruent to triangle MBP. Bakit? Masasagot naman to ng isa sa video na pinanood nyo, which is the ASA postulate. If two angles and the included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the included side of a second triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So, na-prove natin na angle BPM is congruent to angle AMQ and angle BMP is congruent to angle AQM. And line segment PM is congruent to line segment QM. Meaning, triangle BMP and triangle AQM are congruent using ASA postulate. Napatunayan na natin na ang dalawang triangles are congruent, we can say now that line segment PM is congruent to line segment MQ, line segment BM is congruent to line segment AQ, and line segment BP or PB is congruent to line segment MA. Now we have BRAM or BRAM sa rectangle since all its angles are right. Thus, line segment RA is congruent to line segment BM. And since si BM is congruent din siya kay line segment AQ. So silang tatlo, congruent sila. We also have RB, line segment RB is congruent to line segment AM. And line segment BP. Since the line segment AM is congruent to line segment BP. Therefore, points A and B are the midpoints of line segment RQ and line segment RP respectively. Since na-prove natin na RA and AQ are congruent and line segment BP and BR are congruent. And since si point A is the midpoint of line segment RQ, ang x-coordinate niya is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2. Average lang ng x value ng line segment RQ. And point T is the midpoint of line segment PR. Its y-coordinate is y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. Average lang ng y values ng ating line segment PR. And this x coordinate and y coordinate are the coordinates of our point M. So we have point M, abscissa is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, and ordinate niya is y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2, which is our midpoint formula. Okay, consider this example. First, find the point halfway between point A, 0,3 and point B, 4,7. Para hindi kayo malito, ilagay nyo na agad ang inyong x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, and y sub 2. Using the midpoint formula, substitution lang tayo. So, we have x sub 1 is 0, x sub 2 we have 4, divided by 2, and for our y value, we have y sub 1 is 3 plus y sub 2 is 7 over 2. Simplifying, we have 0 plus 4 is 4 divided by 2, and 3 plus 7 is 10 divided by 2. So for our final answer, coordinates of point M, we have 2, 5. Example 2, find the midpoint of point A, 1, negative 1, and point B, 7, 3. Again, ilagay na natin ang ating x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, and y sub 2. Then, using the midpoint formula, we have coordinates of point M, we have 1 plus 7 over 2 for our x value, and for our y value, we have negative 1 plus 3 over 2. Simplifying, we have 1 plus 7 is 8 over 2, and negative 1 plus 3 is 2 over 2. So, we have final answer, the coordinates of point M, we have 4, 1. Next example, the midpoint of point A, 5, 3, and the point B is M, 10, 7. Find the coordinates of point B. So this time, ang given naman ay coordinates ng midpoint. Ang hahanapin natin, coordinates ng isang endpoint. So we have point A, iset na natin siya as our x sub 1 and y sub 1. Si point B, yun ang nawawala, hahanapin natin ang coordinates. We have x sub 2 and y sub 2. And si point M that is given, x and y. Using the midpoint formula, this time, ang kukuhanin muna natin yung x value natin. So, we have x is equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2. For our x, it is the x value of our midpoint, which is 10, is equal to our x sub 1 is 5 plus x sub 2, yun ang hinahanap natin, over 2. Para mawala ang denominator na 2, multiply both side by 2. So, makakancel to. Next, we have 2 times 10 is equal to 5 plus x sub 2 or x sub 2 plus 5. Then, simplify. We have 10 times 2 is 20 is equal to x sub 2 plus 5. Then, to find the value of x sub 2, transpose 5. So, we have 20 minus 5 is equal to x sub 2. And our x sub 2 is 50. Next, hanapin naman natin ang y sub 2 natin using y is equal to y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. So, ito. Since this one, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, it is the formula of the x value of our midpoint. And this one is the formula of the y value of our midpoint. So, we have y given that is 7 is equal to our y sub 1 that is 3 plus y sub 2 over 2. Katulad ng ginawa kanina, para mawala ang denominator na 2 dito, multiply both side by 2. So, makakancel to. We have 2 times 7 or 7 times 2 is equal to 3 plus y sub 2 or y sub 2 plus 3. So, we have 7 times 2 is 14 is equal to y sub 2 plus 3. Then, to find the value of y sub 2, transpose 3. So, we have 14 minus 3 is equal to y sub 2. And our final answer, y sub 2 is equal to 11. Meaning, the coordinates of our point B is 15, 11. This time, you may pause this video and try to answer this problem. Okay, for your answer, the coordinates of point P is negative 3, 10. At hanggang dito na lang po ang discussion ng ating second lesson. Kung may clarifications and questions kayo, huwag kayong mahihiyang mag-message sa akin. See you in our next video. Keep safe and God bless, Batangayas!